Hi, Jamie. How are you? I'm Colin, the business manager. May I join you?
Of course.
All right. So I have three main responsibilities here at the dealership. First, to review and complete the paperwork with you. Second, to help you with your funding needs. And third, to make sure you get out here in a timely manner. Do you mind if I begin?
Yeah.
All right. So just to make sure for titling purposes I'm doing this correctly, let's double check my spelling. I got Jamie, last name spelled Johnsson.
Mm-hmm.
While we're at it, let's double check my titling address as well.
Yep.
All right, and we are purchasing today our 2022 Kia Sorento in black with the 12 miles currently on the vehicle.
Yes.
You're trading in your 2017 Toyota, and you have a payoff on that vehicle at $95.97. Now, did you obtain that payoff, or was that the salesperson?
We did it together.
Okay, good. And then with this vehicle, did you actually have any extended service contracts or maintenance coverages on that we need to help cancel?
Not on this one.
No. Okay. All right, and then we do have to verify the insurance. Looks like we're a JMFE insurance company. Have you updated them, and do you have full coverage?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then what's your deductible?
$500.
$500, excellent. Okay, and then these are all the figures that we agreed upon. With our down payment of $3,000, that's gonna leave an unpaid balance listed here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my next couple questions are gonna be regarding your credits. Do you feel more comfortable doing that here, or do you wanna go to my office?
Here's fine.
Okay, so now, in regards to the credit application, did you fill this out yourself, or did the salesperson help you out with that?
We did it together again.
Okay, excellent. So I just want to verify a couple things, mainly your employment. Looks like you're with Pinnacle Corporation. You're a maintenance technician, been there over a little bit over 6 years, and your annual income is at $52,500. Is that before or after taxes?
That is before.
Before taxes, actually. All right. And then, is there any secondary income that we have listed here?
Nope.
Okay. Now, before we get into your credit, do you have any kind of sense of where you might be there? Good credit, bad credit, somewhere in between?
Probably somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. Okay. What makes you say that?
The last time I checked, it was sort of and I missed a few payments.
Okay, understandable. The reason why I asked actually is because on your bureau here, I did see some things that the bank might ask me about. Looks like for the Toyota, you're a little delinquent there. What happened?
I didn't have auto pay on, and then I just kind of forgot to keep paying my bills.
It definitely happens. Now, are these up to date?
Yeah, they're all current.
And you have the proper documentation to prove so, right?
Sure do.
Excellent. All right. Well, I believe I have everything I need to get the paperwork going. Before I go, you're familiar with an iPad, right?
Yeah.
All right. I have a quick survey that I would like you to fill out for me. Just kind of helps expedite the process on my end. And I'll be back in 10-15 minutes to get this completed with you.
All right.
All right. 10-15 minutes later. All right, Jamie. So you have been quoted a payment of $488.57. I want you to know that you can drive off the lot today at that payment. These are the figures that we agreed upon, and here's our APR. Now, based on the survey that you filled out, third-party companies like Edmunds.com and customers that have purchased products for vehicles like yours, this package here is going to be the most beneficial for you. With the driver needs analysis package, they're going to go ahead and give us a vehicle service contract for 5 years or 75,000 miles. Now, with that survey that you filled out, you told me you're planning on keeping the car for 5 years, and you roughly drive about 15,000 miles per year. With this platinum coverage, you'll be covered for for all parts and labor for any failed components, failure due to components in the vehicle, and this includes a $0 deductible. Now, also with that survey, you told me that you're planning on doing your maintenance at the dealership, right? And it's about every 5,000 miles.
Mm-hmm.
With the standard maintenance package for 3 years or 35,000 miles, you're going to be covered for those 5,000 mile intervals, and it's going to go ahead and cover your lube, your oil, filters, 50-point inspection, and your tire rotation, right? On top of that, they're also going to go ahead and include your gap coverage. And gap coverage is may cover the total amount that you still owe to the bank in the situation if your vehicle is involved in a total loss situation, and your insurance company is not going to pay the amount. Now, you also mentioned to me that you got a $500 deductible. This may cover up to a $1,000 deductible. Now, your payment options are listed there for that. We do suggest to our customers that they, look into the benefits and the exclusions on these contracts, right? Now, before I move on to the total coverage, do you have any questions for me on the driver's analysis?
No.
All right. So the nice thing about the total coverage here is that it's going to give you all those major benefits that I mentioned with the driver needs analysis. However, it's going to give you additional coverages that a lot of our customers find value in, right? And for our situation here, it's going to be your road hazard protection. So with the road hazard, this is a 5-year coverage plan, unlimited miles, and it's going to go ahead and cover the cost of repair or replacement to damage to your wheels and tires due to road hazard, right? $0 deductible. Now, before I ask you to pick one of these options, do you have any general questions for me?
No.
All right, which one of these do you think most benefits you?
They both just cost too much.
Okay, I understand. So just give me a minute here. I'm gonna get our contract generated and we'll get you on your way, okay? I'm curious, what was it about the vehicle service contract that concerns you?
Just the cost.
I understand how you feel. It's important to budget yourself these days. And I just want to make sure that you're making the most cost-effective decision for yourself. Do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you budgeted yourself for a monthly payment of $488, correct?
I did. Yeah.
Now, with the vehicle service contract, that would put your payment at $530, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say you're driving around outside that manufacturer's warranty and your touchscreen just goes out. You got no media, you got no navigation, that Apple CarPlay you love, not gonna be accessible, right? You could bring it in, you find out that the repair is gonna cost well over $1,000, right? So you're gonna have to pay that out of pocket, totaling out to be $1,480. Now, meanwhile, if you went with the vehicle service contract payment with the $0 deductible, you're only paying this amount. Now, which one of these is more attractive to you?
Again, it's just still too expensive. Costs too much.
I can totally understand. You know, it's hard to understand the value if you don't see the actual. Or it's hard to understand the cost of it if you don't see the actual value in it. And I just want to make sure you're making the proper decision for yourself. Do you mind if I just ask you a couple more questions?
Go ahead.
All right. So as we said, this extended service contract that's going to cost $2,000, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I'm going to take my calculator here. The vehicle service contract I quoted you was for 5 years, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and punch in $2,000 or $2,000 for me.
Okay.
Divide that by 5. What do you get? 400. Now divide 400 by 12. With that 12, that's your 12 months out of the year. Let's divide that number by 30. 30 days out of the month. Now, wouldn't you agree that the amount of value that is associated with this contract is more than worth the extra dollar on your payment a day?
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
All right, so which one of these terms would you prefer? I'm sorry, which one of these terms would you prefer? 60 or 66?
66.
All right, go ahead and check that box for me and lean on the pen right here.
You got it.
All right, let's get you going.